Hey everybody, welcome to the Homie Chat podcast, the February episode. I'm your co-host Bergnut, and I've got my pal here. He
Hello,
goes
it's
by,
me, Goose.
of course.
Welcome to the February episode.
Now, we had a plan originally. We want to do more gimmicky stuff on this show, and this month we were going to do a bit of a joke presidential election between me and Goose, but although it is a pretty solid concept, I still think, but I guess other people couldn't grasp it, and so I only had one audio entry for that whole thing. If you want to try it for next month, I will leave a link to the rule sheet in the description.
To be fair, it was a little bit cringe there, mate.
Cringe?
The presidential election.
I mean, it's like
cringe.
it's like we listen to other people make fun of us. That's kind of the whole point.
That's a roast, not a political election.
I know, it's like, and they have to vote for one of us at the end of their audio clip. So it's like they just roast the shit out of us and then vote for one of us, and the winner gets something. I don't know.
Humiliation.
A free toe rub.
Humiliation.
But I don't know. We'll have to save that for next month. But this month will be a casual episode where we just talk about things that come to our mind, because I feel like that might be a bit more fun to listen to at this point.
Yes, it's an improvised episode. I had to plead to Jones for us to do this because he kept forgetting, sort of.
Yeah, kind of.
I keep reminding you.
I mean, I've been too busy actually making videos for once, so it's been nice. So can I just say I really hate your new profile picture?
Why? It's Among Us. It's
Among Us. I mean, I actually think it's really funny. It's just, when I first saw it, I just kind of stared at it for like 10 minutes, and I went like,
Did
why?
you not know what it was?
No, I knew what it was. I just couldn't comprehend why for the whole minute or something. Oh.
I found it on Reddit, so you know.
Whoa, dude! Yeah, that means it was stolen from somebody else. Reddit was just the
iFunny.
middleman,
It was stolen from iFunny,
and then that was stolen from Twitter,
Instagram, or
Instagram.
Twitter.
Yeah, Instagram has a
Twitter.
pretty okay meme community.
Hey, at least it's not as bad as iFunny or 4chan.
Yeah.
But at least 4chaners are creative. and
Oh
don't
yeah,
just-
I
don't
funny
just
users
steal
just
everything.
like say a bunch of racial slurs and then like call it a day, and then 4chaners, some of them do that, but some of them also actually get creative with what they do.
Mhm.
It depends.
Yeah.
But it's a stereotype, you know. It's just kind of what sounds
See,
correct.
that's the thing. That's the thing. So I just opened up 4chan right now because we're talking about it, and 4chan's basically like a bombed out nuclear like German town after World War II. The first thing I see on 4chan is a logo, then a pornography ad, then boards, and then popular threads. The first thing I see on this website is an ad for Brazzers. Like, really?
Holy
That's the first thing? That's where their priorities are? Let's get advertising for everything on this website?
Damn.
To be fair, it's 4chan, so I'm not surprised.
Well, 4chan's pretty sus. 4chan is interesting. I legit
Yeah,
thought that the whole site like hated gay people or something. Cause I remember like last year they had that what's it called, Operation Pridefall.
Operation Pridefall?
Yeah, last Pride Month they were trying to like take down. I believe they were trying to dox gay people and gay celebrities and stuff, and they were trying to make like businesses stop promoting the degeneracy of the LGBT community or whatever.
I guess 4chan became Gypsy Crusader.
Yeah, exactly. So is it wrong that I think Gypsy Crusader is funny?
No, I think he's hilarious.
I think he's a terrible human being, but I think he's hilarious. Is that like?
Well, you know, Gypsy Crusader is a genuinely like good guy. No, hold on, let me finish. He is like a genuinely good guy. Like deep down, if you see some clips where he's actually genuinely wholesome.
Oh, I've seen a
like
few.
He tells like little kids to get off Omegle because there's a lot of weirdos and people like their cocks out on that website and stuff like that.
Yeah, I've noticed. I
So
I like to
he'll-
go on there and play a character, and every other call is a cock.
Yep.
Anyway, continue.
So he'll like genuinely tell people like get off this website. He'll like try and help people. Like there was one that he came across. It was like a girl who was drunk or whatever because she had a bad day, and he was genuinely like, "Why are you drinking? You're like 14. What is so wrong with like your life right now that's causing you to drink at such a young age?" So he genuinely is like a good guy deep down, even if all that goodness is covered up by racial slurs and hate. It's still like he's still genuine. He's still a human being. He
I
still has
know, I
empathy.
know. I wouldn't call him a good person. I would just say that he is very like. I'd say that he's caring, somewhat.
He's caring, but
I mean,
also
he
very
he
racist.
encourages gay people to commit suicide when he sees them. So I mean,
He does make fun of furries though. Like he'll laugh at them, and he'll be like, "How much was that mask?" And they'll be like, "Oh, like $1,000 for a fake dog mask." And he'll be like, and does like his Joker laugh or whatever.
yeah.
It's funny.
Oh
I
yeah,
find it
definitely.
funny.
I mean,
It's
I'm not
hilarious.
saying he's not funny. I'm just saying like, if I'm being honest, sometimes I'm uncomfortable by the fact that I like him because I've seen clips of him being an absolute, like,
Oh
hateful.
yeah,
Like,
there's there's parts where he's terrible.
I hope he
Yeah,
watches this.
he's not gonna be
I
watching
know,
this.
I know. But I don't know. I don't like that he's genuinely a racist and he's genuinely hateful towards groups of people. But on the
Mm-hmm.
other hand, he's entertaining at least.
Mm-hmm.
Like he gives me a
Yeah.
good laugh. I know he's like harmless at the end of the day. He's not gonna swat people. He seems like the kind of guy who would lead a group of like doxers and swat people, but he's not.
What
He's really not.
he's not Maximilian or what was it? Yeah, Maximilian Must or whatever.
I mean, like he just gives out the
No, no.
vibe that he would be someone like that, but he's not, and that's good.
There's a bunch of there's this server that I'm in that I found with a bunch of memes in it. I'm not gonna show this on the podcast in post, because of some of the language used here. But
Mhm.
immediately the first thing I see popping back into the server to try and find a specific meme that I'll send to you, but
Yeah.
most likely not the audience who's gonna be listening to this. Sorry guys, but this meme is would probably gets kicked off, would get us canceled on YouTube. But the first words that I see are Nyet, N-Y-E-T, where's the hot Nazis? I'm not a Nazi. I'm not hot, but I'm a Nazi sympathizer. And then someone immediately puts Nazi. And then I scroll up and there's a Hitler meme, uh, a Nazi, a Nazi O2, another Hitler meme that looks like Jesus Christ,
Oh
a bunch of
no.
German, a Nazi with a flamethrower, Hitler with a couple of lollies, Hitler holding hands with Kano.
Wait, so
Uh,
is this just a random server you have?
yeah.
Why are you in there, dude? You're gonna get implicated when
I think I got invited for some reason. I just
yeah.
forgot about it.
I remember there's a picture my friends sent me, and I'm gonna try to find it real quick. Of like, found it. Since you talked a whole lot, I guess I will move on to talking this time.
Pardon by me.
That's okay. Yeah. So here's the image. I'll read it off real quick. I'm not gonna read every word because it's a bit vulgar. So here is the server rules of this white supremacist Discord server. This is just a hangout server. White/English only. Welcome to GTJ rules. No K slur, no N slur, no spam, no furries. Well, I guess they won't let me in. No porn, no gore, no faggots. Oh man, I guess I'm definitely not allowed in there. No simps. Again, I guess I'm not allowed in there. I
Okay.
like to make it very clear to the audience that I am against this kind of behavior. We're just here to make fun of it, and this a stupid podcast. We
Oh, yeah,
don't we
it's
don't endorse
completely
this.
satire.
We do not endorse this in any way. Uh,
No,
so no haters, even though these people hate everyone. It seems
no. No haters except for us.
we're
the only
allowed
ones
to hate, but no one else can. No trannies, you spelled it wrong, and also that's very rude. No pedos, I agree with that one. No
No
communists.
communists. Damn it.
Uh, respect each other. Banter is. Oh, really? Respect
Oh,
each other.
respect each other.
Oh, yeah, I
Okay.
bet they know all about respect. No
Don't be
brother.
rude to a brother or a sister. No
I guess these.
brother
What
wars.
are these people inbred or something? Anyway.
Preserve the white race for our children.
Oh, I hate that line.
Edited so they changed it.
Look at all like the hateful symbols down below.
Okay, so we got 79, whatever that is, 52
Jokers.
Gypsy Crusaders.
Oh, Gypsy
That's
Crusader.
Gypsy Crusader.
Yeah, it's hard. It's really
46,
small.
46 Nitro. 52 Nazi Moons. 53 Gypsy Crusaders. More 70 swastikas. 41 Pepes. 43 other Pepes holding up the N-word.
Oh no.
51 red crosses, it looks like. I think that might be a symbol for the Klan. 43 rainbow something. 43 and more rainbow something. 43 anti-Muslim symbols,
Oh.
42 anti-black people symbols,
Oh.
41 anti-something symbols. I can't tell what that is. 42 something else.
It says 100%
41
white.
100% white. 41 what looks like a banana. 42 blob.
It's supposed to be. It's like a racist thing because it's a black hand holding a banana.
Oh, I see. It's like
Oh
a monkey.
no. Yeah,
I
they
see.
call them the monkeys. Oh no.
43 shield looking thing. I think it might be a symbol for the Reich. More Reich stuff and 47 KKK members. So yeah,
Yeah.
I think this is genuinely like a racist server for
Yeah.
white supremacists. Now, obviously,
I mean,
guys, we're
it's
not gonna leak
obvious.
the server because, you know,
I'm not in the
I don't
server
know
myself.
I don't know what the server is, and James doesn't know what the server is. And
My friend sent this screenshot to me, so for all I could know, it could have been on Reddit somewhere.
yeah, this could have been faked.
Yeah,
This
it could have been like a
screenshot
big
somebody
joke.
made. Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, this is a pretty heavy-handed joke.
Yeah,
Those
they
were all
got that.
reactions.
They got that many people to react to it.
God, this is terrible.
I know. I'm just looking at this. This is just
You
straight
wanna click on that?
degeneracy. Like in my opinion, to deal with things like racism or hate in general, I think we've got to return it with love. You know. No,
Yeah,
here's what I mean. Here's
Fire
what
with fire sometimes works too.
I know, but I hear so many stories of like racist people who like reform because someone gave them a chance.
Uh-huh.
Like I remember seeing a YouTube video of a neo-Nazi, and like once he committed a crime, and this African American policewoman was like supposed to be his parolee monitor, and they became like really good friends. And then after like a few years later, he got all of his neo-Nazi tattoos removed.
Oh, so he was like, you know, I don't hate you people after all.
Yeah,
So he
because
switched side.
I feel like whenever you like hear stuff about people, over time you begin to believe it without actually knowing anything about those kinds of people. Then when you actually meet them, you realize that they're not they're not like you thought at all. You've been tricked.
Yeah.
You've been duped.
To I guess
That
lighten
was a
the
bit
mood
depressing.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was to lighten the mood a little bit. For the people who don't know, I'm part of the R4S Wall Street Bets Reddit, and apparently Daft Punk breaking up has caused the prices of GME stock to go back up exponentially.
What?
Yep.
Daft Punk did something to fucking the stock market?
Yeah, just them breaking up.
That's odd.
Yeah.
Speaking of this kind of thing, should I invest in Dogecoin? Like actually,
I don't know.
I'm like very interested in the idea, but it looks sketchy.
It spiked around 4 p.m. today, but now it is officially down 1.03 points, aka 2.24% at $44.97 a share.
I thought it was like under a cent.
No, it's up. Under a cent mean
wait, how-
Dogecoin?
Let me
Dogecoin.
look. How much is Dogecoin right now? It might be too late for me to invest. Dogecoin price 0.04241 cents.
Okay, so it went down, but when it was at 0.7 something percent or cents a share, if it went to go up to $1, so 0. Like that's about 7 cents a share. So let's say we invested $300 into it, all right? 0.7, that would be about 210 shares.
Yeah.
And if you invested about $300 in it and they all went up, you would get about $210. You know, it's $1 per share. However, we calculated this in a class at my school, and we did a little math, and we figured out that if Dogecoin went up to $1, one kid in our class could have made about $12,740 from everything he invested, from the money that he invested.
And how much money did he put in, would you say?
If he put in,
I know.
I think around the same amount of $300 at the time, if it went up to $1, and it was, if it was that at the time, I'm probably confusing the hell out of people. So at the time, it was lower, I believe. Maybe it was more. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But if he invested around, I think $300 or maybe $400 it was into shares, and then it went up to $1 a share, he would have gotten around $12,000 worth of money. from those shows.
I
However,
see.
Dogecoin has went back down because it's not actually a real currency, and it only went up because Elon Musk mentioned it.
Yeah, honestly, that's kind of true. So, shoot, what am I doing?
I don't know. What are you doing?
Good question. I'm trying to find the outline for our first episode of the podcast because I found it. So, because I feel like I wanted to do this in the episode with Potato, but we didn't have time. I wanted to give resolutions to some of the topics I brought up. Cyberpunk is actually a pretty alright game, in my opinion. I actually bought it.
Oh yeah, I know.
We dumped on it in the first episode.
Well, to be fair, everyone dumped on it. That game is garbage upon release, and it's new. However, its new update, its performance update
Yeah.
that came out, has done a few good things for it. I think it stabilized the frame rate and did some good technical updates. However, still on base PS4 and Xbox One consoles, it is damn near unplayable.
Yeah.
And I believe on PC it still runs perfectly good, but on PS5 it runs 60 FPS, I believe 720p, 720 resolution,
Yeah.
solid. But on Xbox there's exponential frame rate drop problems.
Yeah, I've heard a few modern
experiencing.
games have frame rate issues on the new Xbox. I'm not trying to dunk on Xbox or anything. I love Xbox. I love all the consoles, but I hear the Xbox Series X has a few like frame rate issues sometimes.
Uh-huh.
I heard like the PlayStation community took it as a big win when they found out that Hitman 3 on Xbox has performance issues. And so they started like spamming like because a viral video came around that showed the performance line, like a line of the frame rate.
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah.
like for the PS5 it was like a straight line, and for the Xbox Series X it was a straight line, then it like did like a little dip, like a really big dip, and then it went back up to the straight line. So like a straight line going across, then another line below it with like a little dip in it has become like a meme in the PlayStation community.
It's like, oh, we didn't turn the frame rate into a curve. We didn't turn the frame rate into a plateau. We turned it into a half pipe. Oh.
Yeah, exactly. That's Xbox got that half pipe performance.
Mhm.
Yeah, but Cyberpunk. To be honest, though, I find the game to be not very compelling. It's fun, but not compelling. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, supposedly there are still AI issues with that game.
Well, that's not
If
really
I'm
what
not
bothers
mistaken.
me. I just feel like the gameplay itself isn't as streamlined as I would want it to be, and there's a lot of moments that, even though I'm getting very beginner side quests, they just feel. Maybe I'm a game journalist. Okay, let me say this right now. Maybe I'm secretly a game journalist and I don't know it, but I'm playing the game on
No,
normal
you're not a
diff.
game journalist. You don't have the exaggerated swagger of a black team.
I do. Whenever I do open it up and play it for a little while, I do have fun with it, and I do think it's a very impressive, interesting game. I I just don't really have much to say about it overall. Like the story looks interesting, and I do like the characters, but the gameplay's a little bit stiff. I
Yeah,
don't
the
know.
gunplay is supposedly very stiff.
Now, maybe I should put more time into it because I'm barely in it. Like I'm barely into the story so far.
Well, you picked the corpo beginning, so nobody
Yeah.
likes you. Nobody likes you.
I love business related stuff. I love technology, so I chose
You,
Corpo.
you pick Nomad or Street Kid, not
be quiet.
corpo. We all know this.
I didn't know it because I bought it before that was a big meme.
That wasn't a big meme. Ugh.
Uh,
That wasn't a big meme. It was no knowledge. Never pick corpo.
It was common sense. I mean, I've actually
Yeah.
had, but like I've said, I've still had fun with it. So maybe Corpo isn't that bad.
Mhm. Well, to be fair, it doesn't really matter what beginning you pick, other than like maybe the first.
Like the
30
first third of the game or something.
No, like first 30 minutes before you get into the actual game.
Oh yeah.
They're all prologues that meet up in the same place. So it doesn't matter what beginning you pick. It just matters if you're fighting people on the street, trying to betray your business, or driving into Night City. So I would, if it was me, I had the stats pulled up here. To mention, I've never played Cyberpunk yet. I have a PS4, but the game can barely run on that, and I don't have a PC that can handle it. I know because I'm poor. Whatever. Anyways, I would max out body, or max out, put a lot of stats into body, cool, intelligence, and reflexes, so I could dodge a bullet, literally take a tank around to the face, uh punch open a solid 3-inch steel door with one hand, but when it comes to technical ability, aka like I don't know, maybe typing on a keyboard, I just spam the keys like it's a piano.
I mean, there's like one of the hacking things is pretty simple, and it's where you just like there's like a crossword puzzle, and you just click the letters you need. That one's easy, but
What? That's not hacking. That's
I
just
know.
doing it a Sunday paper.
Is that how those people like hacked into CD Projekt's Red servers recently?
I never heard anything about that.
You never heard of that?
No.
Oh boy, let me
They
like.
hacked into the CD Projekt Red server. That's insane.
What they did was they actually like they stole the files for the PS5 and Xbox Series X unreleased versions, and they stole like early builds of Witcher 3.
Of Witcher 3?
Yeah, and they held it for ransom. They said if they don't pay him like $250,000, they would leak it to the public. I don't know what they did. I don't know if they did
Early
pay
builds
them or
of
not.
Witcher 3? You do realize that Witcher 3 came out like 4 years ago.
I know, like builds that were never shown to the public.
Oh, why does that matter? Nobody would care. Witcher has
people
been out
love
for a
early
while.
people
Both
love
expansions came out.
people
and a lot of
love
people
early
love that game.
stuff. People
I
love,
know, but I mean, it doesn't matter if you see the final product. I mean, seeing what the devs, I never understood that about development. Maybe because competition is out there, but why don't the devs like show us their process? People are actually very interested in what their favorite game developers are doing when it comes to developing a new favorite game of theirs. Now,
Yeah.
obviously, if it's a new game, I could see them not wanting to release anything because then
Yeah.
that's just like confidential information. But if it's a sequel or whatever, then I could see it being like, okay, maybe we should release like one thing. But
Yeah.
if it's technical, like literally images of their work, I could see that being an issue.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but I feel like it's fun to see early versions of games and to see how they changed. Like that, when people have been hacking into Nintendo and stealing like old assets from canceled games and things that haven't come out before from Nintendo. I like
don't
that
know
stuff. That's
People have
interesting
been
to see.
stealing it. Does Nintendo care?
They can't really do too much about it because these people are like super secret and anonymous. But people found out that Luigi was in fact going to be in Mario 64. They found it. They found the 3D model that they were gonna use.
No way. Hasn't that been a big thing? Like Luigi.
Yeah, it's been a big theory, but he was never in the full release of the game. It was just they found an early build of Mario 64 from Nintendo. Like they stole it from their servers or whatever in their archives, their digital archives, and they managed to find that there was a Luigi 3D model in an early build of the game.
No way. Is it just like a tall Mario? With like green?
No, actually, it's his model's skinnier and it's taller, and it has like all the right colors and a different face texture. It's really interesting. And another thing recently that happened was, do you know the game Star Fox Adventures by chance? John Tron made a video about it once, but it's a Star Fox game for the GameCube. It's an adventure game instead of a Star Fox normal game. It was originally going to be a game on the Nintendo 64 called Dinosaur Planet, and it was being developed by Rareware, of course, because they made a lot of good Nintendo 64 games back then. And it was going to be this, not really an RPG, but an adventure where you play as this character named Crystal and this character named Spike. They're these two cute little furry baby boy and girl characters.
Don't add cute. Just say anthro furry characters.
Fine. But I was just trying to be like ooh funny. But I feel like, or why did I say I feel like? Eventually, Nintendo made them turn it into a Star Fox game, so they replaced the characters. I think his name was Spike. Maybe I'm remembering it wrong, but they replaced whatever character, the Fox character, with Fox McCloud from Star Fox. Made it a GameCube game and made it a pretty different story.
Come on.
Mission compris. Yeah. Basically, people found the early build of Dinosaur Planet that eventually became Star Fox Adventures, and they leaked it to the public, and now people have been going crazy because Star Fox Adventures is like the holy grail of canceled games, and now it's been found.
It's been found.
Yeah, is there a canceled game that you've been into? like that you've looked
A
into?
canceled game I've been into?
Canceled games are such an interesting topic to me.
There was one game that I was really into, for some time,
Yeah.
and it was I think it got canceled. Maybe it's stuck in development hell, like Duke Nukem was.
Yeah.
What was it called? It was called, its working name, when its first trailer was released, was called Project White, WIGHT.
Uh-huh.
And here, I'll have to play the video for you.
I'll put it on screen in post. I'll probably play a few seconds
Oh.
of the trailer.
Humans share the world with the last remnants of a forgotten species of intelligent creatures. Now, what's unique about our game is that you see the world through the eyes of these creatures. And at the moment, we have the point of view of a young creature, basically a child as it's searching for its parents.
That actually looks like a game I would play. Like,
Oh, yeah.
hell yeah, that actually looks really
Damn.
intriguing. So can I show you a really stupid game that was canceled that I have been trying to find more information about?
Yeah.
In the PS2 era, they would make a lot of movie-based games, even on movies that were decades old at that point. There was a Godfather game. There was a Sopranos game that Donkey looked at.
Sopranos?
The Sopranos, or whatever. How you
Really?
say it.
I know that. I know that movie. Is it just a game?
There's a game of it on the PS2.
Here, I gotta see this.
But that's not what I'm here to talk about. Wait. Anyway, there's a lot of them, but there was one that never came out, and it was called Taxi Driver. You know what the movie Taxi Driver is?
No.
Martin Scorsese's absolute classic and inspired the Joker movie. You've never seen Taxi Driver?
No, I haven't seen Taxi Driver. Damn.
Dude, you're missing out.
Oh, wait a second. Hold on. Okay, maybe I've seen this movie.
Oh, yeah, Robert De Niro, Mohawk at the end.
Yep. Yeah, I've seen this movie.
Okay, good.
It's been a while, though.
The respect I had, like, it went away and then it came back immediately. Anyway, so there was actually a game adaptation for it, and this is, like, my favorite movie ever, so the fact that there was going to be a game for it was, like, really funny to me. So I'm going to stream... the viewers, I will put the part of the leaked footage on the screen right after I'm done talking, but for me and Goose, I'll just stream it to him. So yeah, I don't know why. I have no idea why they decided to make a game based on a movie that at that point was like 40 years old. It was made in like 1975 or something, and like the game was being made in 2005. It's like a 30-year gap.
Jeez.
Why would they?
Oh, now this is a perfect time to make this game.
Yes, because it'll sell so much because kids today love Taxi Driver, Martin Scorsese's Taxi Driver.
Of course, all these kids today that seen Taxi Driver. What do you mean no one's seen it?
I think this game would have been bad. However, I would have loved to have played it. Like, it looks so dumb because they turned a slow-paced movie that's like a commentary on the human, like on mental health and the darkest parts of our humanity. It turned that into a third-person GTA clone Max Payne ripoff. Oh boy. Time to go blow up some cars with a shotgun.
Oh, because that's how
that totally happened in the
That's
movie.
totally accurate.
Don't you love it when you shoot a car with a single blast from a shotgun and it blows up and it disappears?
Exactly.
It's so odd. Like this game would have been terrible, but I would have loved to play it. Like, because I got into this movie like a year and a half ago, and I love it.
It's your favorite movie? Huh?
Yeah. It got me into filmmaking. Like, I want to be a filmmaker because of this movie.
Okay.
It inspired me. I don't know. I feel like if they ever wanted to make a Taxi Driver game now, it would probably be like a Telltale game or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would make sense.
That would almost make sense.
Telltale
Yeah.
makes video games.
Yeah, I feel like a Taxi Driver Telltale game would make a bit of sense, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But like,
Yeah, it'd be like shoot the car with a shotgun, or don't. It will have drastic effect.
It'll totally change the entire gameplay experience.
Yeah.
Oh, dodge
Next
this
thing you know,
punch. Oh.
The car that you shot actually belonged to Old Man Jenkins, and you not shooting it made it to where he can get to his wife's funeral on time.
Press
And
X
not
if
die
you're
of a heart
talking to
attack
me.
or whatever. Press X if I'm talking to you? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that scene, you know the one.
Yeah.
Press X to take the hinge off the drawer and put it on your sleeve. Press spam square to put the Velcro on. press to the right to attach the pistol to your new contraption. Well, we've been here for like an hour and a half now, I think.
Yeah, I was about to say, you so wrapping this bad boy up.
This has been Bergnut. I wouldn't call myself a main host because I
We're
don't know.
co-hosts though, Bucko.
Wait, we're both co-hosts, right?
Thank you everyone to listening. Thank you to our sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends.
Oh boy.
Just kidding, we're not sponsored, that's fake. Thank you to everyone who is listening. If you bothered to even listen to this garbage.
This drivel, this unintelligible drivel.
Anyways, have a good morning, afternoon, and or night, depending on where you reside. And thanks for watching.
Bye, fellas, and be sure to check out our channels and see our videos and all that good stuff. Goodbye.